I hope your day is full of armadillos and foxes and bobcats and lions and bears and cubs, baby bears, and anteaters and pythons and spiders, specifically tarantulas. I hope there's no black widow action. Guys, it's an animal intro. I hope your day is full of all of the majestic animals that roam the earth, like horses, and I wish unicorns were real. Guys, new episode of Shank for you. Happy Wednesday. If you're enjoying the podcast, please leave a review. It just takes 1 second. It makes a big difference for me, and I really, really appreciate it. Guys, I will be at the Soho House in Malibu tonight, August 18th. Which is officially Brody Stevens Day now. I will be headlining an American Comedy Co. September 29th. I'm not sure who the opener is going to be, but it's going to be a really fun time. So if you're in the San Diego area, look out for me September 29th. I will also be at Supernova in Hollywood this Friday at 7:30. Come out, support live comedy. Before we get into this week's episode with Josh, there's just one thing I want to tell you about, and that's Oh Yeah Socks. Oh yeah. Look down at your feet right now. Are your socks embarrassing? Why? Stop living like that. Treat yourself to a pair of new socks. Support the show and get 10% off. Head to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Enter discount code SARA10, SARA10 for 10% off. All unique sock designs. These ones are really cool. These are the Def Leppard socks. They also have the nipple socks. It says free 'em with boobs on it and says wear the tits. Why wouldn't you want socks that say that? Look, you want titty socks? Buy some titty socks. Support the show. Oh yeah. 3 O's HYEAH.com, discount code SARA10. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Shank with Josh Potter. Make sure to go ahead and follow me at Princess Shank, Instagram and Twitter for show dates and more updates there. Let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Josh Potter. Here it is. Hi, welcome back.
Hi, I'm back.
Josh Potter's back. We're excited to have him.
Thank you. Always an odyssey. I love your glasses, by the way.
Thank you. Let's talk about the caterpillar incident of
yes,
20.
We've been waiting.
How do we explain
this
what
has
happened?
Been shelved for so long. I smoked my joint well before the podcast started. I just noticed
you
can
have another one. There's
awesome. I mean, I'll get to it. But yes, the caterpillar, we found out wasn't a caterpillar at all.
Yeah.
It's something else, right?
It was like
something that's actually dangerous to trees.
Moth.
A moth.
It was
yes.
a type of moth.
A larva.
It was a larva of a moth, but it had a caterpillar energy.
It had qualities of caterpillar, and it was here on this table, and I think you and I got absolutely stoned. And all of a sudden, we were like, our lives were in the balance of this caterpillar's life.
Like, yeah, it was literally like he was hanging out with us, it felt.
Right. And then, I mean, when you're we started, when you were a caterpillar, everything is so much larger.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God, he went from this part of the table to that part of the table. That's like going from Santa Monica to, I don't know, Pasadena or something, the way that he traveled.
Yeah. And we become invested in what this caterpillar is doing because he also had a subtle charm, I would say.
Many do. Well, like in Labyrinth, isn't that the movie?
Yes, he had labyrinth, caterpillar, wormy energy.
If he were to speak, he would have a British accent.
For sure.
Yes.
I mean, there was something about him that was cute and fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a picture of him on my phone.
Oh, I definitely think there's a picture somewhere of him. I think it was on Instagram for a moment, but there was another point where he crawled to the top of my can. You see, I had like a beer can or what have you, and he crawled to the top of it. I thought there was a bug on it now, but it's just something else. But he was sitting on it, and then he fell inside.
Oh, yeah, and then he fell inside the can. I forgot about that.
It was like I was watching an action movie, the way that it went down. I was like, oh, my God, no.
And it was so traumatic.
Think of that fall.
It was...
And then he's in the liquid, so it's like falling.
We thought we killed him.
I thought he was dead. It'd be like one of us jumping into a water tower. The way that he did it. So I took the can, and now this must have been
Jarring.
Traumatic. I took the can and I poured it out. So now he's in this wave pool of just rushing through. But he did get out of the can. I poured out the liquid. He was safe. And then we did see movement. And it was all... It seemed
good.
like he was roughed up, but okay.
Yeah, it seemed like he had cat-like lives. Because before he went into the sparkling beverage,
yes,
he did fall off the back of the can.
Right, we thought that would have traumatized him, concussed him at the very least, you know?
Yeah.
Don't you think everything's magnetized? Like, he fell from the can to the ground, which is what? I don't know, this far?
About 6 inches.
Right, in Caterpillar... It seems like you really measured cans against things before. The way you knew that it was 6 inches. You're like
that's a... I was like, that looks like about a 6-inch penis.
That's a Larry right there. That's Larry. We remember. We measured it. But yes, no. So I would think for a caterpillar, that fall would be like, I don't know, 2 stories.
Yeah.
If you're scaling it out.
Like someone who falls from fixing like a telephone pole type of tragedy.
Right, exactly.
That's what it seemed like, especially being stoned. Like
yes.
the fall, and he seemed like a delicate creature, but he was
course.
oddly durable.
Well, so then I can't do any medical assessment on a caterpillar, so I don't know. Like, is he concussed at the very least? Does he have a broken one of his 100 legs or whatever they have?
Meniscus? I don't even know what a meniscus is.
I think a meniscus.
I just wanted to say it because it sounds like something.
Isn't it your skin? It's just your skin, right?
Meniscus?
Yeah, the meniscus. Isn't the meniscus a thing in surface tension where you have like water over the level of the, like, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like surface tension, you know, when you pour too much liquid into a glass and it looks like it's coming out the top, isn't that the meniscus?
What is meniscus? I thought it was a
Google
bone
right now.
on
I'm
your
on
body.
your Wi-Fi.
I thought it was a bone on your body.
You might be right.
Wouldn't even know how to spell meniscus.
I'm gonna give it a try. Meniscus.
M as in metropolitan, I as in igloo. What is it?
Yes, I was so right.
What is it?
It's the crescent-shaped. Oh wait, hold on. It is part. We were okay, so I was wrong.
Okay.
It's the crescent-shaped fibrocartil. Some word I don't know. Anatomical structure. So it's like a disc in your fucking. It's like a disc in your.
Can you injure it?
Yes, you can. So the caterpillar, his meniscus, very well. I mean, here's some maps. I don't even know what we're looking at here.
I don't know if that could be a femur. That could be a knee.
Yeah.
That could be.
I could have swore it had to do. What is that thing in surface tension? That is the thing.
Buoyancy?
No, it's the layer of water that rises above. This is what happens when you smoke weed and do some other things.
Prior.
Can we say the other thing?
Sure, we
or is
microdosed.
Yeah. So now I'm all like meniscus. The definition, the spelling.
Meniscus is a big word to unpack.
Yes, but long story short, with the caterpillar, he had been through quite a bit of trauma. Didn't know how he was so able to survive. What a
It
day!
seemed like we had an interaction with nature. Is what was like an
Well, yeah, it was
animal, like an
traumatizing,
entity,
though.
like a sentient caterpillar being.
But it was like we put him through a lot.
Yeah.
So I was traumatized by what he had been through.
We have PTSD from the caterpillar.
I did, yeah.
I've been thinking about it ever since.
It was like watching a car accident, you know, or something to that effect of like just seeing a person really struggle. Like I guess watching that movie 127 Days or something like that, where James Franco had to cut off his arm or something. Yes, whatever.
Yeah,
that is.
where oh my God, one time I took an acting class.
Oh no. And James Franco molested you.
No.
Okay.
No. No. And the acting teacher was like, "We're gonna act out a scene from 127 hours."
What a movie to choose.
And it was the hardest exercise ever.
Because it's probably like you can't move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just guess. There's not a lot of words. What do you say? Ah, fuck.
Like
groans.
Like it's just like you groaning, and then like
and it's like a Wednesday in North Hollywood.
It's like feel the pain. I remember taking this. It was like a Wednesday in West Hollywood. It's like a 7 p.m. class.
That's
it's
so
like
funny.
all these good-looking people just pretending that they
muster
can't.
This.
Yeah.
What was the most egregious one you saw? Did someone get really like, like loud.
It was like some of them were just so unbelievable. Like it became almost soap opera-ish because it's like, you know, when
people are laughing, you're
when
like, you're
people
doing a
are
bad job.
James Franco, I feel like you have to be a skilled actor to be able to take on that role. Obviously, some type of weird, almost savant like because I mean,
or
like,
to just turn it on in that venue of the class.
Like, I'm on Sunset.
Yeah,
you want me to pretend like my arm is being crushed by a boulder right now? And it just seemed like such an intense exercise. And then I remember the teacher being so critical of everyone's performance and being like, how can anybody?
Yeah, right? That really separates. I mean, I think Philip Seymour Hoffman would have a hard time, you know, doing that kind of thing. He'd be like, well, I'm not really in the right mindset here on this black box theater on Sunset.
Yeah.
Or in this strip mall.
In this strip mall, exactly. Have you ever taken an acting class?
Never. I've never been. I've just been dealing with this on. I've never been on television, and I'm doing the Milwaukee Improv in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And they put on my flyer that I was on CMT, the Discovery Channel, and E. A couple people in comments, they actually deduced that it's probably Josh Wolf's credits that they've.
Those are definitely Josh Wolf's credits.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, CMT, those are.
I've never even watched CMT, let alone. I've never been on television before, so I just thought it was funny. I've highlighted it, and now I'm going to do all the things that I can to get on to CMT.
I think you're about to manifest a CMT credit.
Hell yeah.
And milk it for all it's worth.
Oh, yeah. I'll shotgun beers next to a monster truck or some shit while Kenny Chesney plays. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you do. You have CMT energy, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think
I have county fair energy. That's really what it is. I have county fair energy. I have...
Like you're about to win a goldfish in a bag.
Like I am the goldfish in the bag. Like I'm in the tent. Come see me. Pay a nickel.
County fair energy is so specific.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Have you been to any really shitty ones though? Like you've been to the LA County Fair, yes?
Isn't that in Pomona?
I think that is in Pomona, yes.
I've been to the San Diego Del Mar Fair.
That's probably pretty The Del Mar one, that's military.
It's a time.
It's very Americana, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's a time.
Yeah.
It's like the level of grease.
Okay.
Is wild.
Okay.
I remember going and having a stomach ache for like 2 days.
What'd you eat?
I want to say like some type of fried.
Deep fried everything. Obviously.
Like something
Oreo.
weird. I want to say it was an Oreo.
Yeah, Oreos. There's gummy bears.
Ice cream, the biggest ice cream cone I've ever eaten. I just remember gorging myself.
Yeah,
at
of
this
course.
Situation. You know what? And I've said it once and I'll say it again. The Renaissance Fair really appeals to me.
It speaks to you, yeah.
The
county fair is like without all the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
Without all the county fair is like the Renaissance Fair without the costumes.
Right.
They're all at the end of the day you're eating a turkey leg next to a ride of some kind, right?
Right. Yeah.
What do you like about the Renaissance Fair other than that? You just like the dresses, I would imagine.
I just like the idea that we're just gonna play make believe and everyone's gonna act like it's like old timey.
Yes.
And I would like to be anything to take me out of the current
time
climate.
So you like to go to a shittier time where they had like
the bubanic plague
forget
whatever.
about COVID. It's like you have the flu, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you have strep throat, you're dead. I've never really done the Renaissance Fair, but I've definitely gone to like Colonial Williamsburg.
I'm sorry, what?
Do you know what Colonial
Williamsburg is?
Williamsburg
That like in
is?
Massachusetts?
No, it's in Virginia. It's in Williamsburg, Virginia, and you travel back to 1776 when our country achieved its independence. You get to see like British rule over one of the colonies, and it's like they take you from this little like building. And so I was a child, right? So I thought this was real. They take you from this building. It's like it's like a bus station where you show up. It's like the lobby.
Okay.
You take a bus, and then you get dropped off, and it's like a time machine.
Okay.
And now you're in 1770 whatever. And so you go about colonial. Like there's someone churning butter. You can go watch someone churn butter.
I would love to do that.
There's restaurants and bars. You go into a bar, and there's some guy in there who's like acting. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's an actor. He's just there that day, but his job that day is to be like, you're the drunk in the bar, you know? So he's going around. He's like, "You hear about this George Washington fella?" Yeah, they're doing shit like that. They're trying to like talk to you like you're in it, and then you can like My mom would be so like, "I haven't heard about. Tell me about him."
No.
yeah, it was.
No. She would play along.
Let's make paper.
No.
My mom would have the schedule out, but they had there's a restaurant there that has the best mashed potatoes that you've ever had in your fucking life.
in colonial Williamsburg.
Hell yeah.
When I was driving to Palm Desert, I noticed there was a Civil War reenactment.
Those are
dinner,
fun. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm curious.
Have you ever gone to one of those? Not even a battle reenactment?
No.
I grew up near Old Fort Niagara, and they do a lot of...
You've had a lot of interactive performance
my mom
art.
took us to a lot of these things. Yeah, it is performance art at the end of the day. It's not like it's historical performance art.
Right.
Like, people are always like, who wants to be on the losing... Like, they do a lot of War 1812 stuff up there, French and Indian War type shit. And it's like, who wants to be on the losing side? But it's like, that's the most fun. Then you get to die. You get to have... you know. I picked the wrong side in this one. The Civil War ones, you know, they're like,
gunshot.
I should have stayed in the Union.
That's like, I mean, I wonder if you get satisfaction from that type of performance.
I don't think you get paid a lot, so I would hope that... I think it's like a hobby thing. It's like, you know how some dads have cars they work on or something to this effect?
How embarrassing if your dad was going to go do a quick Civil War reenactment.
Every second Saturday of the month, we do the Battle of Luxembourg.
That's so embarrassing.
To do the same battle over and over again, too, has got to be boring because you know how it ends. Oh,
Maybe,
although
maybe
it could
you
be like
start
a
playing
play.
different parts.
I guess you know how
You're
a
like,
play
next time
ends,
I call General.
Yeah, right?
Like,
You're like an understudy?
Sick. Yeah.
Oh, my God, I'm going to be the colonel in the next war. Oh, it's such an honor to play a racist whose statue's
so
probably
funny.
gotten torn down.
I'd be so annoyed if my husband came home all stoked that he got promoted to colonel
Babe,
in a reenactment.
You'll never guess. Jeff got COVID. I'm the new colonel for at least 2 weeks. And they say if I do good on this, I might get to play the medic.
That's hilarious.
You keep looking at this. Is there trouble?
No, I'm obsessively looking at that.
Because when you do it, I go like, oh no, it's broken.
No, it's not broken.
Okay.
But I did notice that it has a one thing of battery, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been kind of
they all say.
obsessively doing that. Yeah. I'm glad we addressed
Made
it.
by chicks.
Bev. It's
I'm feminist.
You're a feminist. I said, if there's one thing about Josh Potter, it's that he's a feminist
Hell yeah.
who wants to support women who make wine in cans.
Forgot it was wine until I just drank it. I go, whoa, that's wine.
Yeah.
No, that's nice.
It tastes good, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Bev.
Wine in a can.
Wine in a can.
County fair shit right there.
Right there.
Although it is like, this is like...
it's bougie.
Yes.
It's like the can is sparkling.
Right.
You know?
Yes. You can bougie up the can.
Yeah.
For sure.
You can bougie up the can.
But you can't bougie up the can consumer.
Yeah, that's right.
No way.
You're going to shotgun that wine.
I was like if I wasn't already like running so late, I was thinking about grabbing a thing and just showing you how to shotgun on your podcast. Like a beer, but we can't do it with these. This would be insane.
We can't do it with wine?
No, I mean, it would be really hard. A sparkling wine, that would really hurt my throat.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, when's the last time you shotgunned anything?
A joint? Isn't when you just blow smoke into somebody's mouth?
Well, I guess that's true. That is also a name of a shotgun, but I mean a beverage.
Never.
Never, ever?
Maybe in college.
No, I was going to say not even in college.
Well, I did hang out with the fraternity guys in college, so there's a chance.
You probably did more keg stands. You're very light. They like to pick you up.
I did one keg stand. I've done one keg stand.
How long did you last? Do you remember?
Or
is it good? Long. Were they impressed?
No, it wasn't good.
Oh, okay.
I've never been great at drinking large amounts of beer.
Okay, yeah, I mean.
I've done a beer bong.
Okay.
Once.
Well, that's the same. I mean, that's
just
one
bus
beer.
To Vegas.
That's fun. On a moving vehicle, you did it.
On a moving vehicle.
Wow, that's like stunt woman things.
Yeah, or just like 20-something things. Before.
Yeah,
when there was a time where you would like go. I remember like the 2000s so decadent. I was like, oh, we're going to prom. We're all going to split a limo. It's like, you're not the Kardashians.
I know, that wasn't my 2000s.
All of the kids I went to school with, they'd be like, can you split the limo? I'm like, ah.
How much would that cost? Because limos
like
aren't that much, right? How many people would be in it?
Like 20.
And it would cost that much still? Because that's what I always wondered.
Yeah, it was. And I remember saving my money because my parents were like, we're not paying for a limo.
Because you can get like a regular limo for like $300.
I don't know. One of my
but it probably only sits like 6 people or something.
One of my ex-boyfriends started a limo company. He got like a weird limo from the 80s, and then he started renting it out across Orange County. And he calls it the White
What
Knight.
race is he?
He's white.
Oh, wow, okay. Curious. That's even funnier.
Just like yeah, he calls it the White Knight.
So he rents it out for like people's proms and things like that. How often does the White Knight get action?
I don't know.
That's a tough business because
like
all the fun nights
town.
He's working.
And sometimes he'll take it around town.
No,
he has another job. So this was like a side project.
That's not a good look when the limo's not in use and you're just driving it. There's a limo on Hollywood Boulevard.
Right.
That just never moves. It's like a homeless man lives in it.
Interesting. And
off of it is like a homeless encampment of tents and things. And I always walk by and I'm just like, this guy has a limo, but he doesn't have an apartment. How does this limo not get like towed? He can like pay for the registration of the limo, the plate.
I feel like everything is so post-apocalyptic that in a world, maybe like in 2019, you wouldn't be able to have a rogue limo just out. But now I feel like people's priority.
It's not rogue though. It's like sanctioned. It's like legal. It's like parked legally.
That's crazy.
No one ever fucks with this. The guy sleeps in it. He's got tents off it. I'm like, this is a limousine. And
do you think the maker of the limousine
sell it and get an apartment?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, 100%. Liquidate your asset.
yeah.
You know, what are you holding on to?
I feel like getting an apartment's so much easier than getting a car. Like with all the stuff, the insurance and everything. I mean, I've had both, obviously. And I feel like one was harder to keep up with all the bullshit than the other
car?
one. I'm such an idiot. Like, I really am realizing that. Like, cars, like, we were talking about that before I came on.
It's a responsibility.
I don't drive.
Right.
But the burden of not owning a car is actually like exponentially better than the burden of having to find rides places.
The burden of not having a car is...
The burden of owning a car is worse than the burden of not having, like, the independence of having it.
Really?
I hate forms. I hate paperwork. I hate red tape stuff.
Yeah. I mean, having a car is a full responsibility, especially my car's getting older, so I need to do certain things to it more regularly.
Mechanically stuff?
Yeah, like I have to get an oil change every 3,000 miles, which I guess is normal, but before
I hate
it was
that.
5,000.
No, that's the thing. You got to do that. You got to get gas.
And then you bring it in, and they're like, oh, I'm so glad you brought it in because you need some coolant.
And you don't know how that works. Like, I'm not a car expert, so you go in, it's like a hospital.
And they take advantage of you.
Well, sure, yes, exactly.
You know,
I got raked over the coals throughout my 20s having shitty cars.
Raped.
I got like I don't like to use that word, but figuratively I did get financially raped by having shitty cars all throughout my 20s, like used cars, and just like taking them in and they're like, this can't pass inspection unless you do this, and then like, you know, $1,200 later, you're like, well, I'm poor for like 2 months now, and I can't even put gas in this fucking thing. But yeah, it would just ruin me every time. I'd have to get something new fixed all the time, and
it's a responsibility.
You have to know what you're talking about, because I go into a mechanic like it's a hospital. I go, please make it better, and they don't treat you like it's a hospital. They don't do they treat you like they're gonna fuck you as left, right, and sideways as much as they can. So,
but the thing is, if you can find a mechanic you trust.
Oh my God, my brother-in-law does car fixings. Took advantage of that pretty good. He hated my guts for a while there because he was like, oh my God.
Like,
but he would do it because he wanted to fuck my sister.
It's like having a lawyer in the family, having a mechanic.
But then being a criminal. Because that's how often I use them. Like every other week, I'm like, something's up here, dude.
That's so funny.
I learned little things. I could do the oil. I could do the headlight.
I can barely open the hood.
I mean, but here's the thing. On a fancy new car, I open that hood and I see the engine out. It looks like a space engine. I don't know where the oil is.
I don't know where anything is.
I mean, you shouldn't have to. You're too pretty to have to like know anything about cars.
Cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also
that's your privilege that you've earned.
Thank you. That means a lot.
No, you should. I mean, you shouldn't have to do anything with your car ever.
Let me change
and you should
a
have
tire.
like a bunch of mechanics wrapped around your little finger that are like,
Excuse
I'll do
me?
this for free. I'll order the parts on my
Colin?
credit card. Yeah. I can't believe you don't have like a bevy of mechanics just willing to fix your car for you.
So it's really interesting because my friend who's from New York, we were talking about the types of guys we've hooked up with, and she's like, I've hooked up with a lot of mechanics. And I was like, that's
in handy.
really interesting. I've never hooked up with a
You
mechanic.
live here, though.
Do you think there's some mechanics?
I think there are, but they're Mexican.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Like, maybe that's what I could be into.
I'm just saying it's a different, like, if you go to the Midwest or if you go to the East Coast.
Yeah, she's from upstate New York.
Yeah, exactly.
And she said there's lots of, like, white guys who know mechanicry.
Exactly. It's a different breed. It's a lot of shops like Jay's Tires.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's like they make up weird names for them, like Godzilla.
Yeah,
Tires. You're
yeah.
like, that's not an American person.
What's happening? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, totally. Yeah, no, my friend was dating this dude from Florida, and the heater broke, and I just remember him like hopping up on it. Yeah, and it was then instantly fixed it. And I was
I can do that with a joke, I guess. I can't do that with anything else.
It's so interesting.
I will punch up some writing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can turn the gears on a joke. That's what I always like.
Turn the gears on a joke.
I do
is
say,
amazing.
I do use those analogies. Like, I worked with Colin Quinn one time, and he was simultaneously working on an hour of comedy and his one-man show. So he would take, you do 5 shows in a weekend. It's an hour each for him. He would take half of one show and half of the other and just throw them in, and then he would just turn the wrenches on this shit. And it was the only time I ever watched, like, the entire set of the headliner, like, for every show.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was so, like, wild to watch him be, like, a
genius.
mechanic. Like, but you'd see how it would work, you know what I mean?
Totally.
So you'd see, like, the roadmap, and you see what he did there. I go, I see what he did there. He changed it from this to this. And it was like he was working on 2 things simultaneously, which is mind-boggling to me. But also, you got to see him watch him turn the wrenches. It was inspiring.
Yeah, no.
So
I'm
now
going to
that's
start
the way I
using
look
the
at it,
term
yeah.
turn the wrenches.
Yeah, dude.
When I need to punch something
Hell
up.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I'll go
It makes
back
it very
to
blue-collar sounding.
Comedian just out here turning wrenches.
Yeah, you got to turn the wrenches on that bad boy. Really get it tuned up. You know what I mean?
Why don't you just start speaking in mechanic analogies?
I love it, dude. I do that. I'll do all the analogies.
Give
me another one. Give me another occupation. I don't know, I'm just kidding.
Dentist?
That's tough. Yeah, well,
that is so hard.
yeah, we're gonna go in there and I don't even know what they do.
Do a
Like
deep
they're
clean?
deep clean. Yeah, you got to do a deep clean. That's a bad. Yeah, you're gonna need some surgery on that one.
A root canal.
Yeah, you have to get a root canal. I don't even know the terms.
I don't know much about what happens.
No,
when
I just
shit goes
say-
bad at the dentist.
I go put me
Knock on
under.
wood.
Put me under.
Wake me up when it's done.
Wake me up when you're done with whatever you got to do.
Going to the dentist.
Going to the doctor, the dentist, all of it, I hate.
I just got severe anxiety with going to the doctor. Why? Because just the thought of going to the doctor.
Like in this moment, or
Yeah, just now, because
Okay.
I'm probably because I'm stoned. Just like the thought of having to go to a doctor, not ideal.
it's never ideal. I don't know. Like, I had many eye issues, and I think that I had enough doctors one summer for a lifetime, so I think that's what made me more adverse to the doctor.
Yeah, because you're like, I'm tired of being in the doctor's office. And
Yeah,
it's a lot of
2006 was
waiting.
every day for the whole like 6 months. I was like in a doctor and surgeries, and it was like never again. I just poked my eye last night, and I'm still like kind of struggling. Does it like look weird? Like,
No,
'cause I
how'd you
kinda-
do that?
I did it with the stem of my glasses, like a fucking rube. I
it looks
poked
like
my
a
good.
little red on the
Yes,
lid.
thank you.
But-
It did hit the lid.
Yeah,
So that's a good thing. The lid protected me,
okay.
but like
it looks like it's
that's a
gonna be
harrowing experience for me because I mean it's a little painful
okay. Right.
and it's just bruised probably or whatever. But like I keep going like, can I see still? Do you know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah,
I'm scared
yeah.
it's gonna like go away and then I'm dead. I'm done. If I go blind, that's it, Sarah.
That's not it.
That's it, Sarah.
No, it's
yes,
not.
it is it. Imagine going blind. It's it. I'm done. I'm not
You
gonna.
have
fucking do it.
vision in the side though.
This one, yeah, the one that
You're
I almost
fine.
destroyed. I thought
It's okay.
that's what I'm saying. If
I'm
I
glad
fucked
it's
it
still
up,
there.
thank you. Me too. Trust me. I thought I was like, is this how I go down? Poking myself in the eye with my own glasses?
I mean, that would be such a shitty way to go.
That's why it would be the game over. I would just walk into the woods blindly.
No.
Like the Incredible Hulk, I'll just walk off into the ocean.
Do you have a robe?
I wish. I don't deserve a robe yet. I will.
I think
have
you're
a robe.
gonna earn your robe.
I'm gonna earn a robe. It's coming. I'm gonna get the bag soon. I'm gonna get a nice apartment.
And a robe.
And with it, the robe.
Wait, did you say I'm gonna get the bag soon?
Yeah.
Dad's about to get the bag, guys.
Daddy's getting the bag soon. The bag's on its way. The first bag I've been sweating. And then I'll get an apartment, and then I'll get a robe. It's like Scarface. I get the bag, and I get the apartment, and then I get the robe.
There's something about a robe.
It is decadent and opulent, for sure.
Opulent, decadent, luxurious.
You don't have a robe? You deserve
I have
a robe.
multiple robes.
Thank God. You should have robes. You are a person who has earned robes.
Thank you.
Are they kimono types? Silk?
I've got kimonos. I've got robes.
Are they cloth, like a bathrobe?
I have a silk one that I just
Beautiful.
got sent from this company, Potent Goods. It's amazing.
Amazing.
They make pre-rolls and kimonos. And I was like, this is like perfect
That's
for
like,
me, right?
yeah, is that, did you invent the company?
No. No. The lady who invented
This is
Juicy
like the
did.
Sara Weinshenk
With her
company.
son.
Juicy.
You remember Juicy sweatsuits?
Yeah, of course.
So now she's making this new line with her son.
God bless you. Innovator. Entrepreneur.
Innovator, right?
This is like
I'd be
your
like,
brand.
I'd be like, hey, Juicy, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm on a yacht. No one talk to me.
Yeah, after Juicy, why bother continuing?
Why even bother? Except for the love of the game, you know? It is the half point of the show, which means one thing and one thing only. It is time for me, Princess Shank the Shankster. I've never called myself the Shankster. To do a dab from okay, first of all, check out my new piece. It has a little ducky in a bathtub from Hemper. How cute is this? So cute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is convert this new bong into a dab rig with my Ispire wand. Ispire is a wand that basically transforms any bong or bubbler or piece into a dab rig, so you don't need all the weird tools. It's really easy to use. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. This came with a different bowl piece, and I switched it out with the Ispire wand piece. So you just change out the cups, and then I put oil in here, and now I'm going to heat it up with the wand, and then I'll do a dab. And then we'll get back to the episode of Shank with Josh Potter. Hang on. Okay. Okay. It's heating up. While this heats up, I just want to tell you to head to getaspire.com. That's getaspire.com. There's a link to the website in the description of this episode. Head over there. Discount code SHANK15 for 15% off. Makes dabbing easier. You can see that it's heating up right now. It's amazing. And this only heats up with this bowl piece. So it's safe. It's not flammable. It's perfect. I'm going to do a dab, and then that's it. We'll get back to the show. Hang on. Hits super smooth. Get an Ispire. Discount code SHANK15. Let's get back to this week's episode. I'm gonna have another joint. Will you pass me?
Yes, I'll have one too.
Yeah.
With you, if there is enough.
I'm going through like this energy drink phase right now.
Yeah, I have always had an energy drink phase.
It's like, especially since I've been doing a lot more stand-up.
You're drinking Bangs, aren't you?
I'm drinking Bangs.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Drinking a creatine-infused high-energy drink.
I have not jumped ship on Red Bull yet.
You haven't? Red Bull
been good to me.
Consistent, and they're in most comedy clubs.
That's very true, and I love that about them. And it's just the taste. I can't change.
I get it. Because The taste of a Red Bull is pretty good, especially the sugar-free is really good too.
Gosh.
Yeah. And the other ones have a lot more sugar in them, or they're not as good. This just becomes like us riffing about energy drinks.
You know what it is too? I mean, I have such an obsession. I've discussed this addiction many a time. The 8-ounce can and the way that it feels in my hand when it's super cold. That's like almost an 8-ounce. This is probably
when I look at that, it's almost the same shape as a Red Bull.
Yes, that's why I like that. What is this? This is
I don't know.
It doesn't say.
It definitely doesn't say.
Doesn't say, unfortunately. The ounces probably says it somewhere. But an 8-ounce can is perfect. I don't need these enormous thermoses that these other energy.
I like walking around like a construction worker, just like you know what I mean. Like, here's my energy drink. Let's fucking go.
I guess they do have those. What is a construction worker drinks coffee out of a styrofoam cup? I would imagine that would be my image of a construction worker.
I feel like styrofoam's so 1980.
Well, that's where my brain's at.
People
I
are
mean,
just
I'm not gonna
like-
lie. I haven't updated
I have an ex-boyfriend that used styrofoam plates
instead of regular plates.
instead of regular plates.
Just use a fucking paper.
And he would
Like, use a fucking
microwave on
paper.
his
What's a-
styrofoam plate. I'm like, that for sure would kill you.
Yeah.
A microwave styrofoam? That's
Yeah.
like so many
How did
different
it not go like?
toxins.
Zoom, 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 zoom,
Yeah.
zoom? You ever put like a baked
Piece of
potato in there or
foil?
something? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like fireworks are going off. Oh my god! I remember the first time I did that.
Same. I was a kid.
Yes, me too.
I put my entire burrito in the microwave in foil, and the whole thing went up, and I started screaming and crying.
Well, I just was like, whoa, and my mom was like, "Are you trying to kill us?"
Yeah, my mom was so mad.
Do you want to know what's fucking ironic though? Is my mom had that I think she still has that microwave. Like, she has a microwave from the 80s. So like now she just cooks things regular, and it probably puts more toxins into her body than she would if she just had like spent $149 on a new microwave. Maybe I just buy my mom a microwave. That'll be a good present.
Who doesn't want a new microwave?
I don't
You know
know, and
what
I think it's
hate?
ingrained in me too. My mom doesn't replace things.
Well, if you
Like, I have had a backpack that it's been all over the world with me,
okay.
that I still use to this day for short jaunts.
Bring back the word jaunt.
Yes, but I've had this backpack since 7th grade.
No.
Yes. Your face.
That's crazy.
It has holes. It used to be my skiing
Do
backpack.
you love it? Do you have a weird sentimental attachment to it?
I don't know. I don't really, but I'm just like, it works. And like, I know it, and like, I know where to hide the weed when I fly.
Well, it's more of like, you know it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
and it
like,
knows
I
me.
have some fanny packs when I'm wearing for my hikes, and I like the pockets. I know where everything is.
I've only started just noticing that it looks shitty, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I look like I'm a fucking homeless man when I'm traveling about.
But is that necessarily bad?
I don't care about that. But I'm saying, like, now people are pointing it out to me. Like, I've had people,
People are commenting.
Yeah, I mean,
Josh,
like,
it might be time for a new backpack, huh?
well, I remember, like, I had, like, a picture of me traveling, and my friend who used to ski with me in 7th grade goes, "You still have that fucking backpack, dude?" I go, "Yeah, dude." He goes, "Wow, that's insane."
That's
I mean,
great.
hey, it's lasted. I mean, it's doing well. show
That's
it to you
so crazy. Having the same backpack for so long. It is interesting because you get used to it, and
I lived out of it for, like, and then I also have, like, carry-on sized luggage
yeah, I do too.
that my mom gave me when I don't know when. My mom gave it to me, like, when I first started doing the road, like, back in 2000, but I've never replaced it.
Because luggage is oddly expensive.
But it's become a fashion.
Luggage fashion?
Have you seen? I'm just noticing from athletes, like, they'll there's a show on HBO called Hard Knocks, and it's about the training camp of an NFL team every year, and this is Hard Knocks season right now. We're in first episode just aired.
Is it good?
It's a documentary. I would love there's so many things I wish I could just one day when the bag arrives.
when the bag
when the bag arrives, I'm
here.
going to do so much Patreon programming where I just get you to watch things, because I just want you to watch so many things with me. So bad, because I just go like, I want to hear Sarah talk about this.
Okay, well,
And Hard Knocks is one of them.
I
But
got
at one point,
well, when the bag comes,
yes, it'll be soon.
hit a B up when the
Okay,
bag
for
comes.
sure. But in this thing, Ezekiel Elliott gives Dak Prescott, the running back, gives the quarterback a birthday present, and it's this very, very beautiful piece of luggage where you go like, it's just luggage.
Yeah,
Like, who gives a shit what it looks like? That's what I always thought. But then, like, I'll see people walking around the airport with the luggage, and I'm like, that person's rich. You know what I mean?
That person's stay
They're like
opulent.
Exactly. They are opulence personified. Whereas I have this fucking bag where it's like the wheel is all wonky and it makes a weird noise when it rolls.
Yeah, my
I
bag.
figure it's just to get the clothes from A to B, but it's not, you know?
I was like, once I get the bag, I'm going to get better luggage.
Mm-hmm. You ever see like a Gucci luggage? Yeah. I don't want that necessarily. This isn't things that I
buy it. But
this isn't things that I strive for. But
some luggage, I'd love to get it.
Here's the thing: I'd love to get to a point where my
luggage, if you're a luggage brand.
I feel like you would have like a nice bag. I don't know.
I have a Kipling bag. Do you remember
Do
Kipling?
not know the brands.
There were like these bags in the 90s, and they would be like a little gorilla hanging off of them, and you could put the gorilla's thumb in its mouth.
What was the
This is
back?
very specific.
Yeah, that is very
That's
specific.
why I was asked if you knew.
What is the backpack
Yeah.
where you could? It had a lifetime guarantee, and when something broke on it, you send it to the factory.
The one you have?
No, it's not actually, but I did have one of these. JanSport.
JanSport was an iconic brand.
It was lifetime guarantee. So if you had like a zipper break, for instance, you could send it to the factory. They would send you updates on it.
I didn't know that.
Like it was at camp. They would be like, your backpack is meeting the other backpacks.
And
they're playing it.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah. And then it would come back and it would be all fixed. It was so weird.
It's like sending your backpack
Yeah.
to rehab.
Yeah, and it's like, I wonder if
we
they still
need
do
you
it.
to detox and come back.
When you say lifetime guarantee, my dad won a lifetime guarantee like lawsuit. He bought a television because it had like a lifetime guarantee on it, so that anytime it broke, and he had this thing forever. It was a tube TV, huge tube TV.
I like a guarantee.
Anytime it broke, he had this lifetime thing. He goes, huh? And that's why they stopped doing
Those guarantees because
Yes.
they're like, we're losing money.
They're like, they don't even make. At one point, they gave my dad a new TV because they were like, we don't make the parts for this anymore. Can we just call it even? We'll give you a new TV.
I'm like, that's amazing.
So I guess that's where I get it from. With
Your
this
dad?
backpack business, my dad, my mom, both of them are psychos. She's
I
got the
bet-
microwave from the 80s. He's got the television forever.
Yeah, my parents.
Oh, no, I did it again.
That's okay.
I feel
We're
terrible.
outside. There's bugs. Like, I plan on having to wash this. It's a white tablecloth. Don't feel bad.
I'm getting, like,
Shame.
PTSD from my home life.
Yeah. You're not using a coaster?
I'm not.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
But like, my furniture is not nice enough to warrant a coaster.
I never want to have furniture nice enough that warrants a coaster. I don't want to be the coaster guy.
That's why your credit says CMT. It's
Then
like
why
he's all about koozies, no coasters.
At first, I thought, oh my god, that leaf almost killed you. It just flew in it.
Death by a leaf from an oak tree.
At first, I go, when someone said that it's Josh Wolf's credits, that made sense. Because I thought, like, is there a person in a room going, like, this guy has no credits. We have to put some on there. And
Totally.
then, like, thought of them.
Totally. Haven't you done shows where the host just says something
No.
about you that's completely off?
I would be
They do that to me
irate.
all the time.
Don't you tell them, like, what the fuck was that?
No, I just act like it's cool. I'm like, I haven't been on Netflix, but I'll own it.
Why do they say that? I mean, why, like, I would say something. I would go,
Why
never.
have other
I've done
credits?
that. People say Netflix, and I go, I have never been on Netflix. Don't say that to
Because
people.
it's like
Don't
an
say because
industry
you know
of
what it is though.
liars. Because it's an
No, I don't like
industry
that.
of liars.
I don't like
Josh.
that. I don't like that at all.
That's why.
It makes me actually like
Look at
sick.
how
I want.
upset you're
I
getting.
do because I go back out there and tell them that I didn't tell you to say that because I'm not a liar. I would never like say what I was on that I wasn't.
But then there's some people that are so like, okay, I want you to say this.
No, I know that,
And then-
and that's
and
what
then
I don't want to be those.
I don't want to
people.
be that person, but I also want them to ask me.
Well, I like when they. I mean, when you
Or
and
they
I'm
just
learning as you
know.
headline clubs or whatever. They should just know.
They should.
That would be a better. When I was an MC, I would know, but I would ask, "Do you want me to say?" And I would say what it was,
And
and then they would be perfect, and I would go, "Yes, sir," and I would walk away. I was a great MC. I would say the best MC at the time ever because I was never in the fucking headliner's face. I did my shit. It wasn't about me. I did the credits right.
Yeah.
I did the club
It's
things
hard to find
right.
a good MC.
Yes.
It's
And
hard
I
to
watch
find
MCs now.
people-
I watch them and I go, you're never going to get anywhere this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But being an MC is a specific energy. It's hard.
It's hard, but it's also not hard when you realize
What
you
need to do.
You have nothing to do with the show. You don't even have to be funny.
Yeah.
As long as you get the shit right, the names. I can't tell you how many people, MCs, say my name wrong, where the crowd knows who I am.
I know, yeah.
And they say my name wrong. So the crowd now thinks you're a doofus.
Yeah, you feel like a real asshole. You like,
I don't feel like an
especially
asshole.
Weinshenk.
Yeah, but I'm
For
saying
me,
like they,
I'm like,
yeah.
They'll go Sara Weinshenk.
My name's Josh Potter.
How do you fuck that up?
I had a guy call me Josh Powell
No.
last weekend.
No.
And the crowd goes, Potter. Oh, someone in the crowd goes, Potter.
No.
Swear to God. And like,
Did that feel good though? Kind of.
yeah. And then
You're
I
like,
had another.
Okay. You're like, I don't even need to correct it because I had someone.
I know.
in the
I go.
audience.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'm just even if they think my name's Josh Powell, I don't even give a shit. But like, I had another host. I told him because he was giving me this crazy intro. He's like, I saw this guy back in the day, you know, and you're like,
No.
I go, please just say the Josh Potter Show, Josh Potter from the Josh Potter Show.
It's
Josh
not a
Potter.
wedding toast. You're just
Exactly.
bringing me on stage.
All you got to say is, you know him from the Josh Potter Show. It's Josh Potter.
Yeah. That's how
So
I'm
I
like
said that to him.
Shank, Sara Weinshenk. They're like,
He
okay.
goes up. He's already introduced me for, I don't know, 2 shows at this point. He goes up. He goes, his show is called the, oh, no, I'm blanking out. He actually goes, I'm blanking out on what the show is called.
No.
And someone goes, the Josh Potter Show.
No.
Yes, I swear to God. And he goes, that was it. Yep, the Josh. And then like the crowd like laughed, and then like he brought me up, and I'm like, it's my. Was he gonna forget my name? I mean,
Wait,
it's
you
my
were
name.
Headlining.
I wasn't
he-
even headlining.
Okay.
No, I was Annie's show. It was at
Yeah,
Annie's
but
show.
like also
But at the same
it's
time,
so
he just introduced me like twice in the weekend
already.
already. It's just my name.
It's just my name.
But he would go like,
But I
it's
think people sometimes MCs in places that are like random cities too.
well, it's like weird with Annie right now because like we're doing these shows and I love her so much. She's giving me this work. Like
Awesome.
I like it because I get to go in front of her crowd and try out my and see like make shit still sharp. But at the same time, she like lets people know I'm coming, so people still come.
That's awesome.
So it's like a mixture of ours, and she gets to like get some people out of it and stuff. So like it's been fun. So like this guy when he was going up at first, he was like, "You're getting 2 headliners for the." I'm like, "Don't say that. Just bring me up as an open."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say anything. He's like, "I remember when this guy was."
No.
Please don't do any of whatever that is. Yeah, it's not a fucking wedding toast like you said. This isn't my eulogy. Can you just
sometimes they go like this to me, like she is beautiful,
not? Yeah, well,
and I'm like,
that's
like,
ridiculous.
Do
What do
you,
you think I'm
like,
gonna suck your dick now? Yeah.
I'm like, what? You don't need to say that. Just say that it's a comment. That I'm a comment. They'll be like, she
Would
is.
you say Dave Attell's beautiful?
They'll be like beautiful and funny, and then I'm like, what?
Who's
Or like, I don't know.
no? That is the
Was so
most
it's so
amateur
weird.
bullshit that in the history of time is to bring up. Be like, this next comic's a lady.
One of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, like who's still doing that in 2000?
They are.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's an amateur move. And that's why, like, an MC is an important role, but we give it to the most amateur of... That's, like, the starting position
know,
here. Whereas in Canada, it's the opposite. You start in Canada as a middle, and then you progress to MC as on your way up to
Being
headliner.
an MC, I remember starting out as a host, and I have very clear memories of very clear, painful memories of bombing as a host at the
But you can't let it phase you.
Cafe.
That's a
Hold
weird place
on.
to learn how to host. Yes.
I hosted a bringer show at the Ha Cafe. Wasted.
Were you the bringer?
Wasted.
Were you the bringer?
I was definitely. I don't know if I had to bring people because I was hosting.
Oh, okay. So other people brought people.
But it was definitely not a very advanced situation. It was
Sure.
very early on into my doing
And you were
stand-up.
wasted.
Yeah, and I was
I
wasted.
have this bug harassing me. Do you see it? It's on the camera.
Dude,
It's
I
been
think
harassing me.
that bug is straight up raping your face.
It really is.
It's
It's like
like-
it's my like beard gel or what? Not gel. What is it? The whatever it is. The
Glue?
Fucking I don't know.
I don't
you
know.
put beard stuff in after you shower. I don't know. I'm
I
high.
know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
I
like
didn't mean
wax?
to derail your story. Yes, wax. Thank
Weird
you.
wax.
I'm sorry.
No, because you didn't. But what were we talking about?
You were talking
so
about
I
your
bombed
emceeing wasted at the
Ha
Ha Cafe.
before I realized I can't drink before I go on stage.
Yeah, like that. I mean, wasted
for
levels.
me, I can't.
Well, how much did you
bomb.
drink, do you think?
Well, for me, if I have one drink, I'm drunk. So it's not
wild. Okay.
So it's not the same as if
right.
someone else were to have a beer and then do a set. It's
I could probably have a 6-pack and be like, I'm not drunk.
Yeah, my stuff just gets kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
It was one of my first time hosting.
Yeah, I get that.
At Ha-Ha's. And I didn't remember the girl's name, but she had a ukulele. So I just go, this next bitch has a ukulele.
Cunt's got a ukulele.
Yeah. See, that's what I said.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was literally it. I was like, this next bitch has a ukulele.
That's hilarious.
And then,
that's actually super funny.
And I
I'm not gonna
because I was just so drunk and like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, I can't even take her seriously right now with an instrument. Like, to me, I just was so free in the moment. Yeah, well,
fuck her and her dumb ukulele. What is she, Zoe Deschanel?
Uke.
God, Zoe Deschanel made that the most cliche thing. Like, I'm weird. I'm ukulele. And it's like, you realize you're the same as every girl. Every girl is the same when they say that.
I'm quirky.
I'm quirky.
Well,
yes, that word for a minute was in the fucking.
Yes, and those would be all of the things that I would audition for. They'd be like quirky friend or the brunette quirky.
You're not
friend.
Quirky though. I mean, you're cool. That's
Thank
the difference.
You. But like. Quirky,
but you know what I'm saying?
Like
they would think that you would be
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, but that's the new cliche. You're the actual like cool, like whereas that is like the basic bitch, Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe
for like
Deschanel.
2000, like it was like
Crocs.
2004 to 2011. It was like
she peaked
all these Zoe Deschanel bitches out there.
Everything was Zoe Deschanel. Remember?
Every dating profile, I'm quirky and I like The Office.
Ukulele.
It's like you're not yeah. You are a cliche just because you shop at a fucking place that has Goodwill on the door or whatever.
Yeah, there was a uke phase, a quirky bitch uke phase. But now in LA, it's transitioned from that to kind of like a faux spiritual.
It's the new. That is how it
the
evolved.
New ukulele.
Yes, exactly.
It's
that
like,
is,
where's
yes,
your
a
tarot
crystal
deck?
is the new ukulele.
Where's your tarot deck, bitch? Where's your abundance candle?
I want to know my tarots. I've never experienced anything spiritual like that.
You haven't?
I just like want to know if it's like
a tarot deck.
Like I'll read like a horoscope,
Yeah.
I'll read one of those just to be like, huh.
Yeah.
Let's just see how close they are. You go just to see.
Yeah.
And I'll go like,
they?
On occasion, it's probably like a golfer who shoots under 100 or something,
I have no idea. To be honest, I have no idea.
No, it's like a decent golfer.
Is that a great game of golf?
No. That's what I'm saying. It's like a guy that you're friends with who's like good at golf. That's what the horoscope is like.
Okay. Yeah.
Batting average like 206.
Yeah, okay. The consistency is a little off.
Yeah, it's like, it's fine. You're like, whoa, it's kind of crazy how often it is accurate. But when you're swinging every day, you're going to hit a ball once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. If someone's like, you're going to have a nice day full of da-da-da-da, or watch out for
and
your
it's
mood
so broad.
today.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, but this is the thing. There's this app. Do you know the time you were born?
Yes, 5:30 in the morning.
Exactly?
I mean, 5:30 something.
You got to find out the exact
36, I think my mom
you
would know this. I honestly
out.
think it's 5:36 in the morning.
Because then you can plug it into this app.
Should I text my mom and see if she knows right now?
Yeah.
She's going to know. Because I was such a tumultuous birth for,
Really?
I can't believe this bug is just
that bug is still...
I don't smell like trash. I hope people love to ask you how I smell, and it's always like...
Shockingly
hilarious.
Not bad.
Shockingly, she said.
To
people, yes, I guess that's the case. But
yes, to people.
Yeah, I guess they think I smell bad, whatever.
But you don't.
What
He's a clean guy.
I shower very often.
What is the time of day you were born?
Exact time
because
of day I was
once
born.
you find that out, you can unlock. Now this is gonna sound woo-woo-y.
Are you about to? Do you have crystals in there? Are you a ukulele bitch?
I have a few. I do live in this canyon.
You were just shitting on it all so much, but you still like have it.
Yeah, no, because I can see both sides of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I could still, if I was good at ukulele, I'd have one. I'm not, so I have to bash it. Do you know what I mean?
Did you try? Did you try?
I've tried.
Is that why I got the piano?
I got the piano because I was like, that's classy.
It is classy.
Ukulele, you need to be able to sing too. Piano, you can just play the piano.
This was good.
I can get you another Bev.
Can we still podcast?
Yeah.
Your thing, you're so concerned about it. I don't want to ruin your...
No, yeah, we can podcast like a little longer.
Cool.
Do you want to just keep it going? I'm going to pee.
Yes, I'll talk to the people.
Talk to the people. Do
She's
you
gonna
want
pee.
another
I would love
rosé?
I mean, sure, whatever you have in those... You had those boxes.
Okay.
I don't know. What are those other ones?
Pinot Grigio.
I don't know the
Sauvignon
difference.
Blanc.
I'm not... My father would know.
I
don't do a wine. I go
either.
when people order wine, I'm always like...
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Whatever bottle you like, man.
I'll take a Zinfandel. What? Okay,
Tom likes his wines, and so he'll get a bottle. I go, that's just what I was thinking.
Hell yeah.
I don't know anything about them. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, so Sarah's going to go. You got to take the headphones off as well. They're not wireless. You would hear me doing the podcast while you were peeing.
I almost ripped it down everything.
No, you wouldn't have ripped it down. I would have caught you. So, how are you out there? I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I'm excited to hear the end of the story. I'm also excited to get another wine. Microdosing was an odd choice for the podcast. I'm seeing when I'm not texting because I'm bored. I'm waiting for my mother to write back. She definitely knows the minute. That's what it was. She knows the minute in which I was born. Because I was born 4 months premature. So it was a harrowing evening for my mother. Or day, I guess. It was early in the morning. January 13th, a snowy one. A very snowy day. My mom never wrote back. Well, it just was delivered. I was telling about the day I was born to the people.
What were you saying?
I was like, it was a snowy, harrowing day for my mother.
What
January 13th.
When were you born? Oh, are you a Capricorn?
I am a Capricorn.
Oh.
And I was born 4 months premature, though.
4 months premature?
Yes. Don't know why, don't know how, but I was 2 pounds.
2 pounds?
And then I dropped to 1.5.
No.
And then I lived in an incubator, and I grew.
I wasn't expecting such a journey.
It was, yes.
Wow, that's gonna be
That was
gnarly.
like, I mean, I've talked to therapists now that have like been like, that's trauma that many people don't experience, but you don't even remember it, but you have it like impactful on you. Yeah, it's like impacting you.
Yeah, supposedly.
So I'm like, well, I guess I don't know how to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, how do I? They're like, you think your mother was abandoning you because you were alone in an incubator for months or whatever, stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't feel, I am very isolated as a person. I'm an introvert. So I like loneliness.
Yeah.
So maybe that has some, I was like, I'm reversing it on you.
Well, no, because that's when the first 3 years of your life is when you form your attachment systems.
Well, you want to know something wild? And
yeah.
I just uncovered this in my brain just now.
Yeah.
So I am very introverted, and I like my solitude.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember kindergarten being traumatic because I didn't like the idea that I had to go to school now. I liked hanging out at home.
I
thought my parents were like giving me away.
It was traumatic too.
Yeah, my parents were like,
I was like,
we don't want you anymore. You're going to this school. I was like, is this the army? Like, I thought kindergarten was the army. I hated it too. I cried every morning.
I used to pretend I was sick. And then I would say, I can't go to school.
I can't.
So
yeah,
sick.
How many times?
And my parents would be like, you're going to school.
I distinctly...
This was before the pandemic. Now,
of course,
if you wake up with the sore throat...
This is 1991.
Like, okay. Yeah, this is...
This is 1991. I was going to school.
Good.
Yeah, I remember going to school and doing the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, and like the Pledge of Allegiance signaled that the army was beginning. And I was like, I pledge allegiance, and I would cry because my mom would like make me get on the fucking bus, and I was like, I want to stay with you. I took a bus, yeah, school bus, and I hated it. But then like it took, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, and then you know what it was? The teacher. I caught the teacher making fun of me.
No.
She was like pointing at me, being like mimicking me crying during the Pledge of Allegiance.
No,
and
that's like abusive.
I hardened at that moment, and I was like, if I have to be here, I'm going to own it. I'm going to own this place. And after kindergarten, first grade, I crushed.
First grade,
My first grade teacher still DMs me.
My first grade teacher was borderline abusive.
Oh.
And she would grab all the kids by the arms.
That was my kindergarten
and
teacher.
And then pull them down and sit down. And you're
Miss Corn Rubin, fresh off a divorce.
Yeah, of course. Mrs. Kashima. She was a fat white lady who was married to a Japanese guy.
And she
would
pulled your arm.
grab kids and go, sit down over here.
What year was this?
First grade.
But what year were you in first grade? So you're my age. So you're like first grade for you 95?
Yeah, right around then.
No. It would have been 92.
It was around 1992.
Yes.
This bitch is... She let us do a lot of art projects, but in between the art projects, she would be fucking abusive.
That's wild.
She was so crazy. She'd be like, you can... But I did learn one thing from her, and that was you can color your flowers any color you want.
That's awesome. I had an art teacher that said the same thing. Like, I made a sun in a weird way. I have this bug.
That's your emotional support bug.
It really loves me.
It does.
It's the wine. I don't know what it is.
It probably is the wine.
I'm like, please, everyone watching this, come smell me. Because it's not...
You smell good.
I don't smell... I probably smell normal.
You smelled like nothing.
Thank you.
Which is ideal,
that's
right?
What I want. That's what I strive for.
That's the gift.
But here we
smell
are.
Like
here
nothing.
we are. Look at him. Just chilling on me. What is it?
I don't know. I think he's trying to get a credit. He's like, I was on the fly on Josh.
I mean, I'm a roach. I call myself, but geez Louise, this fly is getting really out of hand. I don't want to kill it either. But what were we saying? Oh, I had an art teacher.
Tennis rackets people have.
Oh
they
my
just
god,
zap it.
that makes me sad though. They die. I just want him to be chill and go away.
Hey, beat it, man.
Yeah, like don't make me kill
hey,
you, dude.
Rocks,
yeah.
dude.
But this art teacher told me like you can make the sun any way that you see the sun.
Yeah.
And I was like, it blew my mind.
Yeah. That's what's crazy. It's so interesting because the schooling system just teaches kids one way of being.
But then you get like a weird art teacher
and
who's like, I make like $40,000 a year. I don't give a shit. You make the sun however you want.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you're like, hell yeah, our class is the best.
Yeah, it opens your brain up.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's our episode. Well, you know what? I'm drinking
this
thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have this thing too.
Cheers. Mine's a pineapple spice drink. It's called the Tepache. It's got probiotics in it. I don't know. I found it and then I fell in love with it. You have so many
wild... Every time I come here, you have a new can. Nothing's ever a repeat, by the way. It's like, are you brand loyal in any capacity? Do you ever find anything you like where you go like...
This is not a sponsor. This is just something I really like.
This isn't a sponsor either.
No, that's not
either. That's my point. Every beverage I've ever come here and had has been like, you're like, I saw this in a store.
I like experimenting.
No, I love that about you. It's so funny. Like... It just is like everything's like a tightrope walk with you, where it's like you don't know. Like, what if you hate all of it that you buy that time?
This is incredible.
I love it because I just go like I'm so indifferent that I go like I get to try new things every single time.
I love trying new things.
I love it too. I go. People think that I'm indecisive, but I'm not. I'm just open-minded. I go like throw it at me. Let's see what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready for it all.
Yeah, totally.
I'll try all the flavors.
I'll taste the fucking rainbow.
Exactly. Give me that rainbow. Put it in my veins. You can say, like they do that. I found that that's actually ice in my veins. The TikTok kids, they do this thing where they do in the pictures.
It's very heroin-like. Like
where they're like,
a needle.
But I always thought it was like put it in my veins or whatever.
Yeah, it's ice.
I don't know. The kids are crazy.
Ice my veins.
Ice in my veins or something like that, where it's like
Mom doesn't understand. I'm Mom.
Daddy doesn't understand either. I don't get your fucking I'm choogy or whatever, okay?
What?
I'm a chooge.
What's that?
Oh, all the kids will tell you.
Chooge?
That means I'm lame.
Say it again.
Choogy.
Who told you
is an adjective. I read it on the internet.
What are people saying it? Dead ass?
It's the kids are saying it. They're like, that's choogy. Your center part is choogy. That's what they'd say or something like that.
Choogy?
Like, that's like or like you're a chooge.
I don't want to be a chooge.
I don't care if I'm a chooge. I'm a chode. I'm a chooge, I guess. I'm old. I like old things.
Chooge energy.
I listen to hair metal. I listen to
You do?
Nirvana. I have a Motley Crue shirt on. Like,
hell yeah.
Shout out Tommy Lee. He stole one of my Instagram posts one time, and then I wasn't mad, but I said something and he got very upset. So I don't know if he likes me anymore.
Wait, what happened?
I posted a joke on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Because I did the thing, the joke was like all caught up or whatever,
Uh-huh.
So it was like, I posted it, the screen grab of it, and I said like, this is how Instagram tells you you're a loser.
And then the next day, he had the same exact post.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I swear to God. It was
No.
wild. People were tagging me in it. They were like...
No.
And I was like... I just like... was like... What's up, Tommy Lee? Because I had like met him once before. And so like it wasn't like in a capacity where he would remember me or anything.
Right.
But I had met him multiple times, actually. And none of the capacity of he would remember me. But at the same time, it was like... I mean, you saw this somewhere...
Probably.
Or someone on his team did or whatever. But he like commented on it and he goes, showed up in my suggested posts. And I was like, throw me a tag, dog. You know what I mean? Like, you're Tommy Lee. No, he never did. He was like mad. I think he was mad at me for like people like calling him out on it.
Oh, man. It's so awkward.
And I love Tommy Lee. I was like, Tommy Lee, you steered a boat with your dick. I think you're the greatest. I stole that from you, so you can have my joke. I don't care. I wasn't mad. I just wanted a shout out from my man, Tommy Lee. You know?
Is that why you strategically wore this Motley Crue shirt today?
No, I didn't. It made me think of that, discussing the fact that I had it on.
I have Motley Crue socks from OES
I know
Socks.
you have so many cool socks from OES. The OES Socks people, they make like Happy Days.
Make every type of sock.
They make things that like... I feel
Nowhere
bad
else.
for them because all the Gen Z kids have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
But then they have other things. They got
they got the
puppies.
poopy emoji.
They got aliens.
Yeah.
There's a sock for everyone.
They got stuff for choojy people and not choojy people and cool people.
That's our podcast episode. Where can people find you? Do you have anything coming up you want to promote?
I'm gonna be. You said this comes out on Wednesday. I'm gonna be at the Milwaukee Improv, brand new club. They think I'm on CMT. I'm gonna be there headlining September 5th, but I'll be there all weekend with Annie.
Cool.
I'm trying to just promote the headline. I'm trying to see how. I don't know how this works, doing this whole splitting it up the weekend thing, but we're having a good time together, so it's just fun.
It's fun to go on the road, but not by yourself.
Exactly.
It makes such a big difference when you have a friend. You're like
unbelievable difference.
Like it's like night and day.
It really is. It's like a glorious thing. So like we're having fun. And then September 30th, I will be in my lonesome. But my best friend, Matt Bergman, is going to open up for me.
Cool.
DC Improv, September 30th. That's a big deal. And it just went on sale hours ago. My hometown, Buffalo, New York, Thanksgiving weekend.
Ooh.
The whole weekend.
And I'm going to be at Skankfest.
I'm not like, Lewis DM'd me and said I can come do shows. But he goes, sorry, man, the budget's whatever. So I go, dude, if the bag comes, I'll be in Skankfest for real because it's worth spending the money to go visit and hang out with everybody. Yeah, and everybody's been inviting me, including Lewis, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
but hopefully next year I'll get booked on it. And
got to get the bag.
Got to get that bag for this time around. Unfortunately, it's coming.
Yeah, follow me at Princess Shank for show dates. Oh, did you plug your podcast?
Every Tuesday.
Josh
Potter Show. YouTube channel, subscribe, all that, whatever. You're going to come on it before football season, please?
Yes. When's football season?
Yes. It's coming in the next couple of weeks.
I'll come
we'll schedule a date because
Your podcast is fun.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming on my show. Thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, rate, review. Thank you.
Subscribe.
Just
yell it.